Ready to go.
Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Today we got a new toy in the shop. We've got a Murray Explorer, which is a full-size adult go-kart, and it only needs a few things to get it running right. We're going to put a new seat on it, we're going to replace the front tires, and we're going to go ahead and put a new primer bulb on it. And of course, we're going to end it with a little bit of a ride around. So, all you new people out there, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, and it's what we work for. So let's get started. We'll do the tear down first. Let's pull the seat off, and then we'll run over and do the front tires. Okay, now let's get the old seat out of the way. Oh, 7/16. There we go. And easy peasy, off she comes. Now we're going to cut this little leather strap and just replace the bottom half since the top half looks nice. And we're free. You can see years and years of ugliness on this one. Okay, now we're going to line it up exactly where we want it. We're going to hold it there and roll the whole thing on its side, making sure the seat doesn't move. And in order to get everything lined up just exactly right, we're going to do this. And that'll tell us where to put our holes. Let's get her bolted back to the cart and see what we think. Yeah, it looks pretty good. You can tell I put a wrinkle in it. I was sitting in it a little bit to see how I felt. And it feels good. It's ready to go. So now on to the tires. There's one. If you tried to do this without the oil, you'd fight it all day long. Okay, and now for number 2. That looks like it's going to cooperate. And there we go. So now let's put some new tires on. Okay, let's put some tires on. And notice I've got these things just coated in WD-40. Make them as slick as possible. And if you watch a tire shop do it, you'll see that's how they also do it. And there's a good reason why. You'll tear up your tires to no end if you don't do it this way. Where'd you go? Of course, it makes your tool slippery too. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hold it down on one side and spin it around. We've already got a video doing this, so I won't bother you with both of them. We'll just do this one real quick. There we go. Now let's do the other side. And, oh, so close, so close, so close. And there she goes. Let's put some air in them and get them back on the cart and go work on the carburetor. Now, getting one of these has been on my list for a long time. And we haven't used it yet, but this bead needs set. So let's see if it works. Now that's what you call setting a bead in a hurry. It's ready to go. We'll go ahead and grab the air nozzle and top her off as needed, or maybe even let the pressure down. I don't know how much got in. It had 10 pounds of pressure. Okay, that's good. So let's fill it up and do the other one. It surprises me how fast these things fill up. The disappointing part on this one is the gauge is broken, and I just got it today. So I pretty much got it with a broken gauge. Okay, one more time. You definitely do not want anybody in front of that when you do it. Where'd you go? Let's top her off and we're done. And that's it. Let's throw them on the cart and get to work on the next step. Now, changing the primer is not as hard as you think. With the old one, just Ouija something in there and just keep on Ouijaing back and forth until you get the old one out. Oh, this one's got a split in it, so that'll be a little bit easier. There we go. Here it comes. And so let's go ahead and get that out of the way and get the new one in. And on the Tecumseh engine, this is super easy peasy. Just stick it in and seat the little aluminum ring in, and you're done. See, I'm making sure the orange bulb is seated all the way in before I touch the ring, though. There's one. There's another one. Now you see it scooted right in on that one. So we're pretty close to seated. You want to make sure it's all the way in, because if you have any air leaks, then you won't get any top end. Air leaks through this particular carburetor come through the primer bulb, and you can't tell it's got a leak because it won't leak gas. But what will happen is your top end will go way down. The engine won't rev up at all because it's running way too lean. Okay, now that that's done, let's go play with the linkage. Okay, I know it's kind of hard to see with my hands in the way, but there's a finished product for the paperclip linkage. And I made it tight enough where it won't dance around any. And that's important when you're running. The engine won't run smooth if you've got a lot of slack in your linkage. So it's got tiny little turns. But it's still nothing more than just a paperclip making up for a linkage. Okay, she's all together. So the next thing we're going to do is go for a ride around. It's about 33 degrees outside, but the high's supposed to be 62 today. So we're going to hold off for a couple hours, and we'll see you shortly. Now, I'm just not happy with that cart. It just does not have enough power to be any fun at all. So we're going to pull that motor out, and instead of going with a Predator, we're going to go with the Lifan motor from Go Power Sports. Now, it's got a little bit more horsepower, about 10% more horsepower, and about 10% more torque than the Predator. We haven't tried one, so we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. So, all you new people out there, go ahead and subscribe. If you made it this far, you might as well. So, thanks for watching, and see you next time with a new motor.